Hello, Dragoons. My name is Alex, and welcome back to Batman Arkham Knight. In the last video, we managed to officially cut ties with Gordon, at least for the majority of the story. But for now, we're actually going to be taking a bit of a sidetrack and going in for a DLC campaign. So, the main DLC that I really love is the Season of Infamy package. Basically, this is where 4 to 5 villains from the past are brought back for the events of Arkham Knight, like saying, okay, well, we need some closure for these guys, right? Because you know, there's like what really happened to them after the events of City, and well, I was kind of distracted here because I wanted to get the Riddler guy. You know, like every little bit helps for Riddler. So, and I could have done the Batmobile, but it could have also knocked out the Joker thug. Because again, like City, the Joker thugs will. They are the ones that you should save for last, and will be knocked out for, you know, a good while. So that's why I wanted to go for them first. I was kind of distracted, but now we're gonna head on over into the back of the GCPD, like beyond the cell when you meet up with Cash or whatever. And well, I was actually kind of anticipating one particular character here, but we'll get to that later. Oh, right, and Owens from the beginning of the game, he's actually still here, though he is suffering from the effects of the fear toxin. So
we've got Jervis downstairs in the interview. He's talking about killing cops.
So, the first character that we'll take on for the DLC, Season of Infamy, is the Mad Hatter. Now, Hatter is kinda interesting. I say kinda, but, well, okay, so, as soon as we'll get in here, we'll actually see what's going on. So, Hatter just came up to the GCPD and turned himself in without any struggle. And we know just how unstable he is, especially from the events of Arkham City, so he must be even worse this time around. But he has 3 hostages that he has as a bit of leverage. Now, because he likes to talk in riddles, that means he kind of misleads you, sort of. Basically, it's just a game to get to Batman. Although beating the answer out of him is not really gonna do anything. So the best thing that Batman can do right now is to just play along. And for the whole video, we will be helping out. Well, we'll be trying to help Hatter's hostages. Now, to get all of the locations, you need to talk with him 3 times. One is over by the Lady of Gotham, which is that statue of a woman out in the ocean. One is over by the movie studio. And the third is by Merchant Bridge. Basically that last point, Merchant Bridge, that is where we went to Ace Chemicals and had to stop Scarecrow. So, you know, we're going to be back there for quite a few things. Like, especially if you're going after all the Riddler stuff, you will have to be back there a couple of times. And again, some of the Riddler stuff is kind of bullshit. And actually, I probably should jump the gun a little bit on this. But there are certain trophies that you need to hunt down with the Batmobile, right? and you need to keep on the trail of these question marks that are on the road and the walls or whatever. And sorry. And that can be kind of a pain in the ass because, well, you need to keep, like, it kind of works on a timer, and the Batmobile's handling in mid-air, at least, is not very good. I don't know why the friggin' eject button wasn't working, so, you know. I'm also trying to be a little bit cautious because there is a character that we will encounter later, assuming you haven't played this game before, which, I mean, it's been almost 10 years. Why would you not play this game? It is fucking fantastic. But I'm trying to save them for later. So now there is a trophy here at the Lady of Gotham. I will get that later, but for now we need this car. And you can also find it out, well, sorry. You can also find it with detective vision, but you know, I know where these general things of where the cars are gonna be. And also, a major improvement from the game is that when you find something related to a side quest that isn't a Riddler themed, it will be marked on your map, which is neat. I like that. It's a good send off, you know. So this is basically the bread and butter for this particular side quest. You go to a car, you deactivate the explosive device with a gadget that we're not going to get for a little while now, and save the hostage. Now this one, as you see, is called Officer Katz, and he had the Cheshire Cat mask. So, kind of on the nose as to why they were kidnapped. But, you know, it's, but, like, for me personally, I never really noticed that kind of detail until, recently when I started recording all this, so, you know. Now, because I talked to Hatter 3 times, we now know exactly. Well, I shouldn't say exactly. We know the approximate location as to where the hostages are gonna be. Like, we still need to find the car, of course, but you know, like they're always gonna be here. Instead of us trying to be like we need to head on back to Hatter so he can tell us where these people are, right? And right here is the trophy. Oh, and also the Lady of Gotham herself is also a riddle, but I don't believe I have the means to... Oh no, actually, yes. I know that I do not have the means to solve riddles yet. I can collect trophies, I can maybe do some breakable objects depending on the area, but I can't do riddles yet. And I actually kind of like the riddles here. Like the Lady of Gotham is a riddle, the Batmobile is a riddle. You're probably not gonna see me solve that one for a while, because, well, I'm actually saving that for when I kind of want to save it for when I go after when I finally go after Riddler himself, but you know. All right, so just go over to the tower over here, and a car will be right over here. The character from the Alice in Wonderland story here is going to be the Queen of Hearts. I don't know why I said it like that, like there was another queen, but it's still pretty early for me. So the basic idea behind this particular mini game is to get the circle small enough. I want to say like you get it to the point. Well, yeah, you get it to where it's where it glows white, and then the bombs will be diffused. Now it can be kind of tricky, especially with the PS5 sticks, and trying to get these sensors to the right area, but you know, it is not too bad. And actually, a slight bit of praise I have. Well, I say slight, but more praise than normal for the series so far. When you mute the music, you still have a lot of sound effects. So that is a major step up in my books. That way I can not only, you know, not have the music get copyrighted, but I can still get some of the impact with the events in the game, you know? Because I mentioned this before, but fucking the last two games, they were absolute dog shit when it came to music and sound effect distinction, because you mute some of the sound effects when you mute the music in Asylum and City. Night, though, so far at least, does this a little better. So I can appreciate them on that. But you know, actually, well, no, okay. Right here, I thought I was gonna get a Riddler thug that actually just didn't freaking want to cooperate, but you know, I think it's more apparent with the militia, because yes, some of the militia do work for Riddler. I think they have a higher chance of you not getting the info first time around, so yeah. And just going past the movie studio, the car is going to be right on this little ledge over here. I don't know why I failed that one. Like, it was such a fucking, like, it's like, it was kind of embarrassing, you know, like, normally you can get that, like, no problem, but, you know, like, sometimes the collision gets in the way. Now, it shows that there is a hostage right here, right? So, pretty much, you know, like, you know, it's like what we did, freaking, they can't talk. I can't freaking talk. I'm doing a Jeff Goldblum. So, okay, there we go. There's the final explosive. So, when we open it, there's no one in there. And Batman looks like he's going through some kind of migraine or something. But there is a book along with the paper for the White Rabbit. Now, I believe the White Rabbit is meant to be misleading. At least that's what I get from the original story of Alice's Adventure in Wonderland, but I don't really know for certain. I never really went into full detail about it, but, you know. So now we need to head on back to the GCPD so that way we can truly find the final hostage. But, as you notice from the bar right there, we are just about done. And there's one last thing we need to take care of before we can finally put the Mad Hatter away for good. At least in the context of this continuity, because this game has a heavy connotations of things ending, but we'll get to that in a later video, but you can already tell because of Scarecrow saying that tonight is the night Batman ends. The opening of the game saying that this is the night Batman died, etc., etc. So, yeah, we're just gonna keep on moving, and I don't know what was going on there. I think I was trying to look for something, but it just wasn't. So, anyway, so just go back to the room where Hatter is at, and just go and talk to him. Eyes, sorry. Now, at this point, you would definitely be kind of mad because, well, we played your game. What more do you want from us? But Batman is still a little bit blinded, and okay, actually, that's kind of funny. Where Alice is supposed to be the stand-in for Batman, but it feels more like Batgirl in a way. I don't know why the Batarang logo is still there. I think it's a glitch, but you know. Okay, now we get a pretty cool sequence, in my opinion. I think this is the highlight of this particular DLC thing, because if you notice, Batman's model looks a little bit different. It has more of a cell shading look. I really like this. I think it makes his suit pop a little more against almost everything else, and you know, it helps with the unsettling nature of this fight sequence. And yes, this is how we end the Mad Hatter mission. Basically, it's a combat sequence with thugs that look like characters from the past games. Like, for example, we're in the asylum right now, as in Arkham Asylum. Right, sorry. Basically the reason I went to Hatter was, well, I went to the Rabbit was because I thought that's where this segment ended. Yes, for 2 segments, you need to take care of the thugs, and then go for the White Rabbit, so that way you can move on. But don't let that fool you, because there are more. Well, I shouldn't say more, because as you'll see in a second here, like we're trying to help him, but we need to move to the next page, otherwise we are going to be crushed. And also, Jervis's little smirk right there. It's just, it makes you want to punch him in the face a lot more. But regardless, so now we're in Arkham City. Specifically, this is the Joker segment of Arkham City. You can tell because of the Joker theme, thugs, and also, you know, City was probably the best game. Was probably one of the best games in the series. And people know City almost like the back of their hand. But now we face the Tiger Guards, which is actually pretty cool. I like the Tiger Guards. Like, I know they're brainwashed idiots, but you know, they are kind of threatening in their own way, because like they have some of the most advanced military hardware at the time. They could coordinate their moves, but you know, they were still like no match for Batman, obviously. But but I mean, what can you do, you know? And with them done, it's time to head on over to the White Rabbit. Now, this is going in order from us, in chronological order at least. So, Okay. This is getting a little bit confusing. Basically, we start out in city. We start out in okay, so the pages are actually meant to be references to past games, right? We had Asylum, then City, and now we're up to Night. And diehard Arkham fans would know that there's one missing. Origins. Well, unfortunately, not many people care for Origins, which is a crying shame. Which is a crying shame because, like, it's like that is one of my favorite games ever. Like I would say that it's tied with City actually, because oh god, I can't really explain it right now because we are gonna come up on time soon, but while we're here though, I probably should mention this last little combat segment. So up until now, the goal was to just beat a couple wave of thugs and then try to save the rabbit. But now the rabbit is trying to attack you. Now, since he's glowing green, we need to save him for last. Think of it as like the Riddler goon in a way, right? Well, actually, that comparison may be a bit too spot on considering. But, you know, like, as soon as he's alone, all we gotta do is just, press the triangle button, and the segment is over. It's back to the more grounded, realistic setting, and Mad Hatter is in the corner cowering. So, this is the end for the Mad Hatter in terms of the Arkham franchise. Don't quote me on that. I didn't play the Suicide Squad game. I don't really have any intent on playing that game, but you know, he may as well be done for good. But anyway, so there's one more thing that we're gonna be we're gonna be taking a look at, which is an interview tape with Hatter and Cash. Basically, it's like a funny back and forth, but, you know. And, oh, and actually, after you beat certain thugs or villains, their items will be in the evidence lockup, so you can hear some audio logs about that, which is pretty cool. Now, since we're coming up on time, thank you so very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. I don't know what milestone we'll be celebrating next, so if you're interested, please stay tuned for that. Until next time, Social Goons, remember, reach for the stars.